Hey everyone, and welcome to AMC Movie Talk for movie fans. I'm Crystal Kennedy, and this is the show where we bring you the day's biggest movie news, and of course we give you insight into what it all means. Joining us as always is AMC Movie News Senior Editor, Mr. John Campea.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to the show, coming to you from the Stream.TV studios here in Hollywood, California, where we do our show every single day. Got a full table today, so let's get moving.
We also have joining us our AMC Movie News Editor, Amy Rose Eisenbach.
Hey guys, lovely to be here. Happy Friday.
And our AMC Movie News, why do I always forget what you are, Erin? Entertainment correspondent, Erin Darling.
Hey guys, Erin Darling.
And director of the upcoming film, The Death of Superman Lives, What Happened, Mr. John Schnepp.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Like the shirt today, Erin.
Thank you.
Nice shirt.
Like the shirt today, Schnepp. Look at that.
Thanks. And like the shirt today, me.
No, we're not going.
Boo, Canada!
Well, it's finally official. For those of you looking forward to the next installment of the Star Wars saga, Disney Chairman Alan Horn released a statement yesterday announcing the official release date of the Star Wars Episode 7 will be December 18th, 2015. Horn said the following: "We're very excited to share the official 2015 release date for Star Wars Episode 7, where it will not only anchor the popular holiday film-going season, but also ensure our extraordinary filmmaking team has the time needed to deliver a sensational picture," said Alan Horn, chairman of the Walt Disney Studios. Amy Rose, is this a good date for the next Star Wars?
I think it's a really good date. I mean, because not only does it kick off holiday, like they so eloquently said, but it also presents itself as an Oscar contender. I mean, you look at all the other films that have been released in December from the last few years, from True Grit to, you know, Les Miserables to Django, Ventures of Tintin, all across the board. December is a really hot month. It's also when a lot of people are out of school and out of work, and so it is a family affair. And I did have a date that day. I'm going to have to push it, but I'm glad I have an update. So yeah, I could not be more excited. And not to mention, you know, Kathleen Kennedy wanted to push it to 2016. So this is kind of like, all right, we'll slide in there the last possible month of 2015, give you a little more wiggle room, a little more time to really tighten it up. So yeah, I'm really excited, and I think this is a great month. Not to mention, The Hobbit is coming in December of this year, so it's a hot month for movies.
Schnepp?
Well, I mean, I'm glad it's coming out in 2015 because I want to have a brain aneurysm. And if Star Wars didn't come out then, you know, with all the other movies, I might survive. So at least this guarantees my death. I'm excited it's coming out. I don't know what's up with the Mickey Mouse Emperor photo that whoever picked.
It's awesome.
Making me laugh. But I was kind of bummed because Tomorrowland, Brad Bird's movie, got pushed to 2016.
Yeah, it did.
So that kind of bummed me out a little bit. But hey, I'm glad we're going to get to see Star Wars next year, or in a year and a half. So.
Erin?
I'm excited for this because it's opening up at the tail end of an amazing year for movies. And it's also opening up against Warcraft and Inferno. So I think it's definitely December's biggest, most talked about release so far that's on the book. So I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, as a Star Wars fan, I want it every single hour sooner that I can possibly get it. But this makes sense because, you know, Lucasfilm is now owned by Disney. Disney's got, it's not the competition Disney's worried about in the summer of 2015. It's its own competition. It's got, like, we're looking at Avengers, obviously, is going to be in there. You got the next Nemo, Finding Dory, I believe is going to be in the summer. So I don't think they want to cannibalize on their own box office draws either. December is around Christmas time is a great box office time to release a film. I never thought about Oscar consideration stuff. And you're right, it is a bit of a compromise to push it a little bit further to the end of the year, so that gives, you know, Kennedy and Lucasfilm a little bit more breathing room to get what they want on screen. So, hey, I wanted it in the summer, but this does make sense, so I'm all good with it.
Variety is reporting that at least 3 actresses have gone in to audition for a female role in the Man of Steel sequel, Batman vs. Superman, which they say might be either Wonder Woman or Bruce Wayne's love interest. Among the names they list are Fast and Furious's Gal Gadot, G.I. Joe's Retaliations, Elodie Young, and Quantum of Solace's Olga Kurylenko. Variety also says that while they cannot confirm it, their source says the plan is for multiple other Justice League members to appear in the film, including Wonder Woman and The Flash. John, will any of these actresses be Wonder Woman, and could we see Wonder Woman and Flash in the upcoming Batman vs. Superman?
Nope. I mean, well, I mean, at least to the first question, are any of these girls going to be Wonder Woman? Now, look, it's understandable because there are rumors about Wonder Woman popping up in Batman vs. Superman, that when you hear certain actresses have been auditioning, your first thing you think, naturally, it's not a bad thing, is, oh, these girls are auditioning for Wonder Woman. And I know there's some movie news sites running that these are the girls who are up for Wonder Woman. I don't believe that for a second. Now, don't get me wrong, nobody from WB has phoned me to tell me that. But I can personally guarantee you, as far as my own subjective opinion goes, I can personally guarantee you that none of these girls are up for Wonder Woman. These are probably for the love interest of Bruce Wayne, which is not Wonder Woman. First of all, none of these girls, while I like all of them, none of these girls could carry their own franchise. Like, I don't think any of these girls could carry their own solid film as the main lead, let alone a franchise, which is what they want Wonder Woman to be. So she can't just be in there. Also, all of these girls, I think, weigh about 65 pounds. I'm not really sure about that. I haven't weighed them myself. But no, on the basis alone that none of these girls, as an actress, could carry a franchise on their shoulders, no way are these girls going to be Wonder Woman. Most likely talking about a love interest, a smaller character in the upcoming Batman vs. Superman. When it comes to could we see Wonder Woman and Flash pop up, it's possible. I mean, I've always thought that the way Warner Brothers should have approached their cinematic universe is do the opposite of Marvel. Don't individual film, individual film, individual film, individual film, Avengers, go Justice League, and then spin off from there, individual film, individual. That's the way I thought they should have handled it. Obviously got Man of Steel going, a little bit different. So I would like it if we saw Wonder Woman and Flash, as long as they're smaller characters and we don't overcrowd it yet. But that's how I see it for now. Aaron, I know you had thoughts about them doing Batman vs. Superman so soon, but anyway, what do you think about both of these issues?
It makes me really nervous because it does sound to me like they're starting to overcrowd, unless, of course, these women are involved in a smaller, minor capacity. In Flash, I'm not ready for Flash in this movie either, unless, like you said, he's a very minor character. As far as these women go, they're all very beautiful and they're all the same type. So I do agree with you. I think that we're going to see them as a love interest and not as Wonder Woman. And I think we all love Jamie Alexander at this point, and we'd love to see her have that role on the big screen if that movie were to be made, which I hope does get made.
Schnepp?
Yeah, I mean, of all the actresses up there, Olga's the one that is, I think, the better actress who at least has had way more lines than the other actresses.
Yeah.
So definitely it's a bit role, and I don't think they would just cast a Wonder Woman for a bit role and then recast her for her own movie. I think they're kind of done with that. So definitely I don't see it as being cast for Wonder Woman. Obviously they all went out for a role in Batman vs. Superman, so, you know, the love interest or a character. Maybe they're a supervillain. Maybe it's Lex Luthor's love interest. Who knows? But it's not Wonder Woman. So.
Yeah, I really like the wording of this because it says love interest or Wonder Woman. I'm really glad they're not making Wonder Woman the love interest. So I'm really pleased about that. Yeah, when I first checked
And they could be wrong. I mean, Wonder Woman could be the love interest.
Really hope
I agree with you. I hope not.
But yeah, they're all babes. I haven't seen too much of their work besides Olga, and I think she's a really good actress, and she has a very striking appearance. I'll even forgive her in that Bond film, you know? But
hey, that was the best part of that Bond film.
Thank you, Google.
I just want to thank Google because I had to look all these people up this morning, and I got to check out some images. So
there you go. But yeah, they're all good, and you know, I'm not too worried. I do have a lot of faith in this production. I do think Snyder and team know what they're doing with this. I think, you know, introducing Batman in this is a really good step in the right direction. Having Ben Affleck's input, because he is an amazing filmmaker, in all of this. So I would be okay if they, you know, little tip of the hat, maybe saw one scene with the Flash or one scene with Wonder Woman. I do feel like if they took away from it, you know, World's Finest, I want that to be main of the story, the most important part of the story, but I would be okay if they tease it because I think that they should take a playbook. I do like what you're saying about having it be more, you know, the whole team member and then do their standalones. I think because of the way they've approached it now, they have to do it that way. But, you know, look at Chris Hemsworth. He wasn't a star when he was cast as Thor. No one really knew who he was. And now he's larger than life and in this god. So who's to say that one of them couldn't do the same thing?
My response to that would be with Chris Hemsworth, we hadn't seen him to say whether he was a good enough or not a good enough actor. With these three, I don't think any of them are good enough. I think they're all better actors than me, but I don't think any of them are good enough to carry a franchise on their shoulders. It's just the way I see
I'm still hoping for Jamie, too. I think she's fantastic. Lady Sif, all hail.
All right, folks, this is we've reached that part of the show for Buy and Sell. There's a bunch of other items in the world of movie news. Crystal Lee's got them in front of her. She's going to run them down. Then Schnepp, Aaron, Amy Rose, and I are simply going to say whether we buy it or sell it. So, Crystal Lee, what do we got?
A brand new trailer and poster for the upcoming Robocop remake have hit the web. You can find a link to the trailer in the video description below and see the poster here. Robocop hits AMC theaters on February 12th. Schnepp, buy or sell the new poster and trailer for Robocop?
I'm going to buy it.
Whoa!
I have a little bit of a turnaround going on. Like, I was hating on the original trailer and actually even the idea of remaking Verhoeven's Robocop. And then after seeing this trailer, I kind of dug it. I like that the entire rest of the world has robot cops except for America. Sam Jackson's like, what are you, robophobic? You know, trying to get everyone like, get on the same team. And then, you know, let's get a hybrid human robot. Just that alone, that difference, made me excited to see this new Robocop. And I like the trailer, I like the action. I'm looking forward to it. I love the director, so hopefully this had a little bit more of his flavor too. So I'm all for it. Bye.
Yeah, I'm going to buy this too, actually. I was interested in the first trailer, but I like this trailer even more. You're right, that opening Samuel L. Jackson thing sold it, but you get a better idea too of the narrative because of that opening Samuel L. Jackson stuff. I like the poster. I still prefer Silver. Robocop, and maybe I got a feeling he might go back to Silver after watching this trailer.
Yeah, they got both of them.
I think he goes back to Silver at some point. So for me, it's a buy. Aaron?
For me, it's a sell. I'm still not excited about this. I can't get into it. I don't know why. It seems like the type of movie that I would actually like. But in terms of the remake, I'm not seeing anything in there that's really drawing me personally in. However, it comes out on February 12th, and what a great Valentine's date.
Woohoo!
I hope someone takes me to RoboCop.
Yeah, the invitations are going to come in. Amy Rose?
Yeah, I'm also going to buy. The first trailer, I was like, okay, I'm going to be cautiously optimistic, but I do think this was good. Starting with Samuel L. screaming at us like he does best. I mean, and it's really aided by an incredible cast. Gary Oldman, I mean, he is one of the most talented actors out there, and Michael Keaton, I mean, I do think it has a stylized, you know, tone and vibe to it, and I like that they called out that they're going to make it black. You know?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I like that they called it out. They're like, we know we could piss off a lot of people, but like, you know, we're conscious of this decision. So I do think it looks interesting. So yeah, we'll see.
I think they should reshoot all of Samuel L. Jackson's scenes though with him dressing up as his character from Django. I think that would be awesome. All right, what's next?
This Saturday, a special live streaming event will take place to celebrate the DVD and Blu-ray release of Man of Steel. Participating in the event are Zack Snyder, Amy Adams, Henry Cavill, and it will be hosted by filmmaker Kevin Smith. Smith teased fans that in the event there will also be an announcement and artwork revealed about a certain upcoming movie. Aaron, buy or sell that this announcement and artwork will be about Batman versus Superman?
I'm going to buy this absolutely right now. Other than Star Wars, this is all the internet is talking about right now. Fans want some news on Batman versus Superman. This would be a very appropriate time to give us that news, and we would absolutely all eat it up. So I definitely think we're going to see something announced.
Amy Rose?
Yeah, I'm also going to buy it. And I love throwing Kevin Smith in the mix. I think he's the perfect, not only he's a diehard fanboy, but his energy with all those other players, I think it's going to be great. And you're right, we want it. Give us something. So I think it's coming.
Yeah.
Snap.
I buy it too. I mean, Kevin Smith wrote Superman Lives. He's best friends with Batman now. I mean, it's like the two worlds combined.
Yeah.
I want to see that poster. So yeah, I'm buying it.
Yeah, you have to buy this. This is absolutely now. Now the big question is going to be, what's the announcement going to be? And I have a feeling they're going to announce who Wonder Woman is. I got a feeling they're going to announce that Wonder Woman is in the film, and they're going to announce who she is. I'm not basing that on anything.
Don't tease us,
no
Sean.
inside. This is not a scoop. This is just me saying that's what I think they're going to do. So let's keep our eyes open.
Wonder Woman's totally me, guys. Sorry.
That's the announcement.
Totally
Chrisley
me.
Kennedy
Just
is
wanted
Wonder
to let
Woman.
you know. It's being reported that the upcoming comedy, The Intern, has landed its two leading actors in Robert De Niro and Reese Witherspoon. The plot sees Witherspoon starring as the founder of a successful company who, as part of a new program, takes in a senior citizen, played by De Niro, to be her intern. The Intern goes into production in early 2014. Amy Rose, buy or sell the sounds of The Intern?
You know, I wasn't going to buy it, and just imagining Robert De Niro as Reese Witherspoon's intern, yeah, I'm on board. I think it's going to be absolutely ridiculous, and, you know, I am happy that Robert De Niro has taken steps in the right direction to show he's acting again. So I'm looking forward to this. Not to mention Reese Witherspoon is really good at comedy. So I'm looking forward to seeing her go back to that as well.
Yeah, I'm going to sell it. And surprisingly so, because I would think I would. I like Robert De Niro. I really liked him in Las Vegas. Reese Witherspoon, she was great in Sweet Home Alabama.
That's the
so
movie
she was
you...
comedy. If you're going to talk about comedy, if you're going to talk about comedy, I think about Sweet Home Alabama, and an Academy, award-winning actress at the same time. And the story sounds kind of funny. I have no explanation for why, though, in my head, it's not clicking. So I got to give it a sell, Schnepp.
I gotta sell it too. It reminds me a little bit of Harry and the Butler, Cheryl and the Intern. I just was like, I love Reese Witherspoon from her first movie, Freeway. I think that's the first film I ever saw her in.
And Fear, so good.
De Niro, obviously an amazing actor, but I just seem like, where do I put this? What do you want me to do with this? What am I cooking? Or that's horrible.
What's a tweet? I see lots of what's a tweet jokes coming. Yeah,
just like, bumbling old man as Intern. I don't want to see De Niro play that, so I guess that's kind of why I'm selling it.
Aaron?
I'm going to buy it just basically off of this conversation right here because I'm imagining all these scenarios play out and they're really entertaining to me. I think both of these actors are amazing comedically and I would love to see this on the big screen just because I think I'll be laughing the whole time.
So we just helped her buy it.
Well, I was a buy it beforehand, but you guys did actually
really
make this a very, very strong decision for me.
All right, what's next?
Coming off the disappointing results of his newest film, The Counselor, Ridley Scott has chosen his next directing project, which is not Blade Runner or a sequel to Prometheus. It will be a currently untitled tale that examines the long-term effects of concussions among professional football players. John, buy or sell Scott doing a movie on the NFL concussion problem?
Gotta sell it. First of all, you're limiting yourself to the sports movie fans who would go see this, but even sports fans don't like talking about the NFL problem with concussions. It's a topic we just don't like to discuss, and I don't think it's going to attract a lot of people. And after The Counselor, which was a real huge disappointment, I mean, we started looking at this a few months ago and we're thinking, oh my gosh, this thing's going to be Oscar nominated. Everybody's going to want to go see this. It tanked at the box office. It tanked with the critics. The fans have not loved it so much. And look, after this, he's got Exodus that he's doing, which I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does with that. And now he's got this other one. I still believe that we're never going to see this Blade Runner movie that he keeps talking about that they want to do. So for all those reasons and more, yeah, I got to sell it. Aaron?
I don't want to see Blade Runner. I don't want to see Prometheus 2 because I think with all the problems with the script, it's going to be a hot mess. And I don't want to see this concussion movie either. I think it's not in his wheelhouse. And I don't think that it's something that needs to be on the big screen unless it's a documentary form. So for those reasons, I'm going to go ahead
That's
and
a great
sell it.
point. I think you're absolutely right on that. Schnepp?
I'm going to buy it just because it's strange. Like, I was talking with someone last week about football players and concussions and boxers who have damage over the time, and once they're older, they just don't get the kind of support that they should. I think it's a great reality wake-up call for especially sports fans who don't want to talk about it. That's why I'm buying it, because when I read that, it just happened to be a very current conversation I had with someone, and I think it's, if anyone's going to wake up some people to the problems with sports and not taking care of the athletes after they've given their lives basically for the sport, I say Ridley Scott, go for it.
Yeah, I'm also going to sell it. I love Ridley Scott. I think he's a fantastic filmmaker, and I don't think we can really restrict him to a certain wheelhouse because I think that he can really do anything. He's proven he has such an artistic eye. But the Ridley Scott that I love are these rich, complex worlds, and I'd rather see him go back to that. And I do want a Blade Runner 2, and if Harrison Ford's on board, who's to say they can't make it happen? But yeah, I'd rather see him go back there. This is not, I know it's a large problem, but I too would rather see it in a documentary form where they take hard facts, not to say that's not what he would do, but I'd rather see that than Hollywoodized,
Father Time may say it can't happen. All right, folks, we've reached that part of the show called Mailbag. Listen, if you've got a topic or a question you would like us to address on the show, you can email us anytime at amcmovietalk@gmail.com. We take a little time every day to pull a couple questions out. Chris Lee's got a few of them right now, so Chris Lee, what do we got?
Andre Welton writes, hey AMC Movie Talk, love the show. My question is about Call of Duty. I feel that they have great storylines in their games and they always have a twist to them. My question is, do you guys think it would be a good idea to start thinking about a Call of Duty movie?
Well, I mean, from a business point of view, it's a good idea to think about it because it's the brand recognition. I mean, you don't even have to follow any sort. Okay, first of all, I'm going to get some gamers mad when I say you don't have to follow any of the stories from any of the games. Why? Because even if you did do one of the stories from one of the games, you're going to get a civil war amongst the Call of Duty fans arguing which of the storylines they should do. So just write the best movie that you can and go with it from there. You have Call of Duty attached to that, a really big brand recognition. It's worth taking a shot at. Would it succeed or fail? Would it, follow in the long, proud tradition of all video game movies that suck? Maybe, maybe not. But it's certainly, if I'm a studio exec, I'm thinking this is something worth rolling the dice on to see if you can make it happen and make it work. Amy Rose, you've played yourself some Call of Duty. What do you think of it?
I love me some Call of Duty. It's definitely one of my favorite, FPS games. But I don't know. While a lot of people argue that there's not that great of a narrative, of course there's a narrative. That's why we love these games. But I would personally rather see a Mass Effect, a Halo, a Portal, just something with a little bit richer of a narrative. And don't get me wrong, I love this game, but you know, brand recognition, as you pointed out, is huge. I have no doubt this would make some money. I mean, look at Need for Speed, for example.
Yeah, it's all brand recognition.
There isn't a narrative to that game, really. You're racing around. It's light, but that was what's so great for the filmmaker, Scott Waugh, that they were able to go in and actually create something from that and have the brand recognition. So it's a win-win.
Yeah.
So I do think that it's a smart idea, but there are other games with very, very rich storylines that I'd rather watch them explore first.
Schnepp?
I'd say, I mean, I love Call of Duty. I've played almost all of the iterations of that game. Crouchers will get you. I hear you breathing. But you know what? I'll disagree with you. I think the storylines in Call of Duty, they really do have amazing twists. It's an incredible sprawl. Like when you play it like I do, like only a couple hours, you know, not even every day, a game will last me like 2 months. So I'm like, oh my God. And then so when I finally get that twist, it'll flip me out. So if they keep that aspect of Call of Duty, they could take it anytime, I'm cool with. You know, if you've played all the Call of Duties, you've gone through time. You know, you're Russians running around through the apple orchards. You know, it's a great game. I say it's a great idea for a movie. My problem is, like, I like playing the game, so I don't want to see any of that first-person stuff. Remember when they did that with Doom?
That was a huge mistake.
Don't do that. That's stupid. We'll hunt you down and kill you if you're the producers.
Not really.
All right, well,
AMC Legal requires me to say that we won't really do that.
I will, personally.
Now what about zombie mode? Now zombie mode Call of Duty, I'm in, right?
Yeah, zombie mode, you can have that. That'd be the extras after the credits, the extra zombie mode. Oh my God. So, yeah, you know, was this a buy or a mailbag? I forgot. Mailbag, we buy. Yeah.
What about you, Aaron?
I think it makes a lot of sense from a business standpoint. Call of Duty is a franchise that is so successful. It's been successful over time, and it is the biggest media entertainment property that makes money out of anything that we consume, movies included. So I think it makes a lot of sense. However, I am worried about the storyline, and if they can make it something that's close to a generation kill, perhaps, I think it would be awesome. So it really depends heavily on what the script is like.
All right, what's the next question?
Ethan Duffy writes, hey guys, love the show. You guys really seem to care and make us viewers feel like community.
Don't care. Sorry,
like we're in the room chatting with you guys. You're awesome. Anywho, my question is with the return of Arnold Schwarzenegger in movies. Do you think he can regain his supremacy in action movies? Obviously, I'm a huge Arnie fan, but how realistic is it to think he can restore his role in movies? I wouldn't mind if he stuck with shirt-on actioners like The Sixth Day, Eraser, and definitely End of Days. What do you think the best route is for him to come back? Talk to me.
3 years ago, I would have said yes. Arnold Schwarzenegger can make a successful comeback. However, after, what's the one where he's the sheriff?
Last Stand.
Last Stand. I was going to say Walk the Line for some reason. After the results of Last Stand, by the way, I really liked Last Stand. I'm shocked more people didn't go see it. But it made like $10 million. And then we just saw him in Escape Plan with Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger teaming up. I think after 3 or 4 weeks, it made like $20 million. I have to revise my thing and say, no, Arnold Schwarzenegger cannot make a return and become, dominate the action film world. I don't even think he can be a real player in the action film world. I mean, we just had 2 movies of his, 2 movies that, frankly, to me, were actually pretty darn good, and nobody went to go see them. So, look, you can make the argument about Conan. Because there's talk that he's going to be returning to the role of Conan, and that will pique a little bit more interest, and I have no doubt a Conan with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, even as an old King Conan, will get more at the box office than, you know, Last Stand or The Escape Plan, but I don't think a lot more. I don't think we're looking at a $250 million box office movie. I don't think that's happened. I think Arnold's time has come and gone, and I don't think it should. I still think he's got it. If you've seen The Last Stand, he still has it. He can be a legit, fun, on-screen, different type of action star than he was before, but he still works. But nobody's interested anymore. No one's going to see it, so unfortunately, I gotta say, I don't think they will. What do you think, Amy Rose?
Yeah, I agree. And you just used the example with Sylvester Stallone. Look at his movie, Bullet to the Head.
Oh, which I also liked.
Yeah,
I liked
also didn't make a lot of money. So I do think that, you know, the height of their careers have peaked, but they should stick to what they can, like The Expendables, like Terminator, like these things that are still really nostalgic for us, that we enjoy them, but I don't think they're going to be able to ever carry a film. And I mean, this is a story of how Hollywood is in general. Look at all these beautiful actresses that, you know, ageism takes its toll and they're not getting the roles and they become the mother. I mean, we see this happen all the time.
Yeah.
So it's the same with action stars. I mean, it's less believable. While they're both in incredible shape, it's just it is less believable, and so I think we want the young up and coming Chris Hemsworths of the world, and even Jeremy Renner. I mean, there's a lot of really good up and coming action stars who have very well established as well that I think carry a movie a lot better. So I still think we will see them in films, but they are not going to carry it alone as the marquee name. Instead, they should just But Terminator, on the other hand, is going to be awesome.
Yeah. What do you think, Aaron?
I think he still has a career in Hollywood, but I also think his career needs to evolve and change a little bit. I don't know exactly what the next phase of his career will be, but I like him in comedic roles. I think he's really funny, and I think he's really talented, and there's definitely room for him to grow. He just needs to figure out what that is, and hopefully some movies will come his way that will give him the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, his career is by no means over.
No.
Arnold Schwarzenegger as Santa Claus. Him with a giant gun like, I will save Christmas! That's the movie. Someone start writing it. He's not dead. Conan, that's going to be great. King Conan, I've been waiting 20 years to see this movie. I refuse to allow Arnold Schwarzenegger's career to end. Right?
It would be
I don't think it's over.
It's not over, but
I think he can still pull 100 million. You're right, though. I mean, the movies that he's done with Stallone, these last few movies, but we've got Expendables 3, that's going to pull 100 million.
Oh, yeah.
We all love that franchise.
Yeah.
And him and Stallone both, Grudge Match. I can't wait to see that. If they spring those little things that we have from all the years of seeing them in our subconscious and then play it and twist it a little bit, they've got 100 million. They just have to do it the right way. I don't think his career is by any means over. He's making the wrong decisions, though.
That hits other quadrants, though. Grudge Match, because it's comedy. I mean, it's kind of family-oriented.
De Niro, Raging Bull. It hits all these crosses.
It hits all these, opposed to just a straight action film. It's
Right.
a little hard to market for these, older celebs.
Yeah, which is too bad because, like I said, I think they both still got it.
They do.
Yeah.
All right, folks, listen, we've run out of time. Thank you so much for joining us. We got to get out of here because we're about to go do our Thor 2 review, which you'll see popping up online in the next couple of days. First of all, I want to thank the person sitting to my left. She is the editor of Movie News of AMC Movie News, Miss Amy Rose Eisenbach. Amy Rose, where can people find you online?
On Twitter, at Amy Rosie. Can't wait to speak about Thor.
And sitting to my right, she's the entertainment correspondent for AMC Movie News, Miss Erin Darling. Erin, where can people find you online?
Twitter, Erin A. Darling, Facebook, Erin Darling fan page, and YouTube, Erin Ashley D. Thanks so much for watching, you guys.
Writer, director, Mr. John Schnepp. Schnepp, where can people find you online?
Got some Avenger sticks. What are they?
Candy necklaces if they were a stick.
That's right. You can find me at Twitter, John Schnepp. I finally saw Thor with all the rest of the humans. These guys saw it like 7 weeks ago. I finally got to see it. Can't wait to talk about it.
And, of course, our lovely host, and soon to be announced by Kevin Smith as the new Wonder Woman in the upcoming Batman vs. Superman, Miss Crystalie Kennedy. Crystalie, where can people find you?
Totally. You guys can find me on Twitter at Crystalie.
And you can find me on the various social media networks at John Campia. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Don't forget, listen, if you're not a subscriber yet, click the subscribe button, become a subscriber to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel, and keep up to date on everything going on in the world of movie news and our daily AMC Movie Talk Show and weekend AMC Mailbag Show. If you want an audio-only version of this episode, look down in the description of this video. You'll find links to our Stitcher and our iTunes so you can listen to us on the way to work, while you're running on the treadmill, or while you're pretending to listen to your wife. So thank you so much for joining us, guys. My name's John Campia for AMC Movie News, and until tomorrow, bye-bye.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.